guys, Debbie here. Welcome to today's video and Merry Christmas. So when you see this, it will be Christmas Day. It's Christmas Eve as I'm filming this, and what I'm going to be filming today is just a bit of a chill, trying on new makeup, get ready with me, just trying out the present that I bought for myself for Christmas, which is the McGrath Labs Mothership V palette, the Bronze Seduction. So I'm going to be playing with that. I've got some other things as well that I just haven't gotten around to playing with on camera. In fact, one of them is the Milk Makeup bronzing stick. Had that since the summer. Keep forgetting to use it, so I'm going to use that in this video. I've got the new Reformulated Mars Melter highlight from Kaleidos. I want to use that today. Also got a beautiful new blush from Melt, or new to me. So that's the packaging for it, but the colour is called Fire Fury. And it's a beautiful red. I think that's going to look stunning. Going to have to be very light-handed with that though. So that's kind of it. And then I've got a sample of Revolution's Conceal and Glow, and I thought I might try that out. So I don't do my foundation on camera very often, but I thought today I would, so I can try that out. So without further ado, I'll scooch you in and we'll start trying these makeup products together and just have a bit of a chat. So I've already done my brows, guys, because I do that the same way every time. I've shown it a few times on my channel, but I just use the Infinity palette by Hallberg, Cigar and Fornax powders from that. And I'm not the best at brows, so don't follow me for that anyway. They don't look great today. But I'm going to be using, as I say, this foundation. I'm not convinced there's enough of it to actually cover my face, but it was a sample and it had shades F3, F4, F5 and F6. So like sort of light medium, and F3 is normally the one that I would buy, so I thought I'll go for that one, but you only get one sample of F3 in there. So I'm going to apply that with a sponge, as just a Spectrum sponge. I don't use brushes anymore, I've started to use sponges a lot more. I am not convinced that there's enough of this to cover my whole face. And it's the Conceal and Glow one. I've got the Conceal and Hydrate, and not really a fan of that one. It breaks up quite badly, quite quickly on me. So I thought I'd try this one out from the sample, because it sounds in theory a perfect kind of formulation for me, because I like a glowy foundation and I like a hydrating foundation, but as I say, the hydrating one just didn't really work for me. But this is covering really well. This was a very small amount in this little pack. I mean, to squeeze out the last little drop of it, but just about enough to cover my full face. It's probably medium to full coverage, I would say, but glowy, so that should work well for me, I think. I'm not used to doing my brows first, but I just thought I'd just get them out the way so I didn't have to sit here or go off camera and do them. No, I don't think that's looking too bad at all. I would say it's medium coverage with the amount they give you. I probably would have built up a bit more, particularly on the areas that I don't like my freckles. Like this area particularly on me, I'm very freckled there. And there's a freckle on my nose there that I like to cover. I'm going to cover that with concealer in a moment. So as I say, today is Christmas Eve and I'm not feeling very Christmassy today at all. I think I've burnt myself out with all my Christmassy looks and whatnot. And I just thought, let's just do something productive and film today. So I was going to film my Christmas look on Christmas morning, and then I thought, what if I don't get time to do it? I'm picking my mum up super early anyway. She's coming to see, she's in my social bubble. In the UK, we can have a social bubble with one person if they live alone. So my mum's been in our bubble the whole way through. So although we're only allowed Christmas Day, that's the rules in the UK, if you've got a social bubble you're treated like one household, so she can stay with us. So she's going to be staying until Boxing Day and then going back afternoon of Boxing Day. But we thought we'd pick her up super early and give her breakfast. So I probably won't have time to do too much makeup tomorrow. I might have to do it quickly, but I thought if I've rehearsed this look, then I'll kind of know what I've put where. I really like how that foundation's looking. It looks like skin without being too super cakey. I might have found a good one there. Just going with the Conceal and Hydrate concealer. Been using the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in Snow recently, but I thought as I've used a Revolution one, then Revolution foundation, I'll use the Revolution concealer to match. I think I put way too much on, but I think when I use a sponge it definitely shears it out way more anyway. This sponge was from the Snow White brush set that I bought last Christmas, and it took me half the year to try it, and now I really like it because it doesn't disintegrate like a lot of sponges that I have. Like the Real Techniques ones are great for about 2 uses, and then when you scrub them to get them clean, which I like to use the Sigma like textured matte thing that you put into the sink, and it would just like fall apart. But this one's been going strong for a few weeks now. It's got kind of almost like a cover over the top of the sponge itself, and it works really, really well to like clean it without it like falling apart. So next in with the bronzer. The only reason I've not used this is because I was proud of my face and think, oh, I should use that bronzer. So today I'm all set. I've kind of got it in my mind it needs to be used today. So it's completely brand new. I've heard everyone rave about this product. I'm nervous though because I'm not a cream kind of face product girl. I'm going to use a Real Techniques brush with it. This one, what's it called? Multitasking cheek brush. So that I don't put too much on at one time. I think this is meant to blend out pretty quickly and easily anyway. Oh, it's not nearly as scary looking. Like that looks tan in there, but it's not nearly as scary looking once you get it onto your face. Oh, I think that's going to be alright. Because I'm so pale, it's always tricky to know whether things are going to work for me. But I think this is quite a blendable product anyway. I think it's pretty natural. That's beautiful actually. Can see why people like this product so much, and I think this will probably last me like the whole of my makeup applying life. It's massive. I think I could have bought the small one of these. Bought this on Cult Beauty, and also bought one of the blushes in the stick format as well, but because I want to use that Fire Fury blush by Melt, I thought probably don't need to use that cream blush as well. Yeah, I think that looks really, really nice. Really, really nice. For powder, I've got nothing new. I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier Glow powder. It's my favourite, so that's what we're going to do. Always just take a bit of that, smush it in the cap and get it right into the brush before I apply it. It does add a little bit of colour. It's not completely translucent. It's got almost like a goldy finish to it, and you really don't want too much of it, particularly if you're as pale as me, so that's why I smush it right into the brush first so that I'm not applying a ton of it. Yeah, so I'm going to film and edit this, and then tonight we're going to be having loads of buffet food that we bought in Marks and Spencer's. Some really gorgeous looking food in there this year, so we're not cooking as such, we're just having a bunch of party food and some mulled wine and Prosecco probably, and probably watching either some Christmas TV or a movie. Yesterday afternoon I watched that Happiest Season that's on Netflix. That is really good. And the day before I watched Jingle Jangle on Netflix as well. Highly recommend them both if you want to get into the festive spirit. It's nice to have some new Christmas movies that are actually good. So I think sometimes they bring out new ones that are never as good as the classics, but these are both, or all three of the films I've watched. I've watched Christmas Chronicles 2 as well, and all of them I've got that Christmas spirit and just, yeah, really, really good. Right, gonna go in with the Ofra Samantha March River Bronzer now, this one, over the top. I'm going to use a very big bronzer brush so I can just lightly apply it. Instead of looking like the ghost I do normally, I'm going to have a little bit of colour today. I love these products from this Samantha March collection. I've not got the highlight, but I do own one of the colours from it, I think. But I bought this and the Chick Lip blush, and I love both of them. They're so nice. She did a great job with these. And as I say, for blush we're going in with this one, and it's a very scary colour but a beautiful colour. I'm going to use my certified brush that's kind of flat to apply it, and I'm going to focus it quite high on my kind of temples and cheekbones because this is going to be ultra pigmented. Yeah, that's crazy pigmented. It's blending out okay, but I'm going to go in a lot lighter on the other side. But it's a beautiful colour, really beautiful. I love the healthy glow it's giving me though. Considering how much I'd put on and how dramatic it was looking, it sheared out really, really well. So I'm impressed with the formula. Right, going to go in with the Reformulated Mars Melter. So this highlight here is nothing like the original. It's a lot more peachy in tone. So excited to try this one. I'm just going to focus that just on the tippy top of my cheekbones there. I'd say this colour's a little bit dark for me, but as a blush topper over that Fire Fury blush, it's working really, really well. That's so glowy and pretty. On a deeper skin tone than me, I think this would look absolutely stunning. Again, I'm just going to smush those all together and try and get it to look as seamless as possible. But that is so pretty. Really happy with that. Right, going to prime using the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Haven't got a new primer. Want to use this one up. Look at the pan on that. I'm actually getting somewhere in panning a product. That never happens. So you can see how much I've enjoyed this. I'll have to buy a new one of these, I think. It's one of the only primers that doesn't crease on me, and that's why I like it so much. Anything that's a liquidy kind of primer just settles into the lines in my eyes and then cracks before I have time to put eyeshadow on, and I think this gives you enough stick to make your shadows pop without too much that they're difficult to blend out. I think it's a classic product for a reason. The colour's not kind of perfect though, because it is a little bit too pinky, but the other one that they do, that other people use, and I can't remember the name of, is a lot more cream kind of base and a bit more yellow tone, so I think this is the best of the bunch. Right, in with the palette then. I'm so excited. I'm always excited if I buy anything new from Pat McGrath. Look at how beautiful this palette is. So I'm definitely using the red shade, that's a must, and probably using the burgundy shade and maybe one or two of these. I really want to try all of these. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to start by packing that burgundy shade in my outer corner. I want to make this quite a rounded shape, so just dabbing that on in the outer corner. I'm not going too crazy with it. It's a beautiful tone. I'm going to start working that into my crease as well. I'm just going to use like packing motions to get the most pigmentation out of it and then blend it afterwards. Now as I bring it through my crease, I want it a little bit less intense in this front portion, so super pigmented though. I like the tone of it, and there's no patchiness with it, which for these sort of shades I always seem to have trouble with patchiness, not from Pat McGrath but from other brands, so very pleased with how that's going on. So I've got two Mothership palettes now. I've got the Mothership 3 Subversive and I've got this Bronze Seduction one, and I think colour story wise I like this one a little bit more. This was the one I always wanted in the first place, and then the other one was available with some discount, and this one was sold out at the time. And I wanted to treat myself to a Pat McGrath palette when I got to 1,000 subscribers in the summer, and so I just got the next best colourway for me and the one I really wanted. But I always wanted to buy this one. I don't know if you guys are the same, like sometimes I'll go for a substitute of, say, even sometimes of another product or a cheaper product sometimes, but I always want the original thing still, so it's never good economy really. I'm not saying that I'm sad I've got the other one, because it is a very lovely palette, but I think this one has the edge in terms of the colour story that's in here. I want the Mothership one as well, the one with all the cool tones in. That'll be the next one that I'll treat myself to. And for Christmas I'm hoping that I'll get the Celestial Divinity Mega palette. I've asked my mum for it. I'm really hoping that she might have been able to get it for me. But I love to treat myself at Christmas. It's part of what I do. I do go quite mad on other people, and then when it gets to, like, I don't know, Christmas Eve time, Christmas Day, that's when I start to think, what can I buy for myself that I've really wanted to get all year. And if I get any Christmas money at all, I really want to try Charlotte Tilbury. I've got all the stuff that I want to try, all of that Walker No Shame colour, the lipstick, the lip liner, the palette and the blush sitting in my cart for Cult Beauty, and they're actually doing a free eyeshadow palette, a pop of colour one, if you spend over £80. So just waiting to see if I get any Christmas money tomorrow, and if I do, then yeah, probably will buy those for myself for Christmas. Right, I'm loving how that looks. Obviously it's pretty harsh still. I need to blend it out, but I love the pigmentation that we've got from that. Don't want to go too crazy on the lower lash line, so I'm just going to press some of that colour on. I've got a Morphe M124. I'm just using the tip of it. It's a packing brush really, but I've turned it on its edge so that I'm using like the top part of it, just so I can use it to stamp the colour on. So when I bought this palette, it was all about the Blitz Astral shades, but now I think this might end up being my favourite, because I love it when I can find such a deep colour as this that goes on without any patchiness. Alright, now I need to work on getting that blended out. I'm going to use a little bit of the caramelly shade here. It's probably going to be quite pigmented though, that's the only thing with Pat McGrath, they're pretty pigmented, so I don't want to take too much of that, but just to help me just diffuse that outer edge. Just using really light pressure, circular motions just on that outer edge really. Don't want to lose the pigmentation that I've put down from that colour or change it too much. I love how this is looking so far. It's kind of neutral but dramatic, which is one of my favourite kind of ways to do my makeup. And I'm not going to do a wing today. As I say, I want a rounded, quite dramatic shape. Lots of heavy emphasis in the outer corner. For my brow bone, I'm just going to go in with this shade here. They have got names, they're all in the cardboard in the bottom of the packaging, but just easier to point to them. Oh, I think that's the perfect brow bone highlight shade for me. A little bit of glitz and gold in it. I like a shimmery brow bone highlight like this. Now I'm going to go in with NYX Glitter Primer. I'm going to cover all of this area to this part where it's starting to get deeper there. Then on the outer part here, I'm going to go in with the red shade. Oh, love it. That is a stunning, stunning red. Oh my god, look at that red. That's everything I wanted that red shade to be. I was hoping to film this video using the Give Me Glow Christmas Morning palette, which I have ordered on Black Friday, and it's been sitting in Heathrow for quite some time. I don't know what's going on with the postal service. I suppose it's all sorts of problems at the moment with the post due to COVID and Brexit, and it's not a good time for moving any parcels around. I'm just gonna put glitter glue on the other eye so that I'm ready to put the shimmer there. Got a bit of that red shade in the corner, but I'll cover that. Oh, that red is just stunning. Just the most fiery metallic red I've ever seen. I can't wait to pair that with a red, like a brick red matte, I think, and just do a totally red look, like a Valentine's look or something. Just be so pretty. Just need to kind of smush the matte and the shimmer together in the outer corner just a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is go with this shade in the centre part of my lid, and then this glitzy gold shade in the inner corner. That's pretty as well. It's going to give us a nice gradient from like the red in the outer corner to the gold in the inner corner, because it's kind of a peachy gold, so it's definitely bridging the gap between. And then we're going in with that white gold shade. It's so pretty. Oh, look at that. Really want to get the maximum impact on that, so I'm taking it a little bit high into my crease. It's like a greeny gold, and it's so festive and pretty. This was the shade I wanted the palette for, and this and the red really, and it doesn't disappoint. It's really pretty. Just making sure I take it up high enough into my crease so you can really see it in the look. It looks really glitzy. I've been doing lots of crazy out there Christmassy looks, but this is more of a classic Christmas look, I think. Because I want to try it, I'm going to go with that duo chrome peach to green kind of shade there, just in this inner part of my lower lash line. That's got a lot more green to it. I think that would have popped better over some glitter glue. I didn't put any glitter glue on my lower lash line. I think it would have popped more if I had, but it's still really pretty. Okay guys, so this is the look so far. Just going to hop off camera for mascara, something in my waterline and a lip, and I'll be right back with you to show you the finished look. Okay guys, so here's the finished look. Really love how it turned out. It's got enough colour about it, and it's very festive, but it's also quite neutral. I'm just living for that red on the lid and that glitzy gold in the inner part of my lid as well. I love those two shades, so really feeling like myself in this look. I really like it. And in my waterline I've gone in with the Lethal Cosmetics Side Effects Gel Liner in Q. I've used this one before, it's the red one. I've used it to create a red wing, but not used it in my waterline before. They're great in the waterline those, so just thought it would add a little bit more impact to the look. And then for my lips I've got a combo. I've got Anger Mood Crayon by Linda Hallberg, which is a multi-use crayon. You can use it on your eyes, lips, wherever you want. And then I've topped that off with the shade Bullseye, which is one of her fantastic lipsticks, which is one of these on a slant like that. Really glossy, not completely opaque, so I've lined my lips completely underneath. Just helps it to last longer, but it's got a really glossy kind of almost latex kind of look once you've done that. So my thoughts on some of the products I've used today. Love that foundation. I think that's fantastic. Only got this little sample. Definitely need to get another one of those. I think that's looking really glowy, really pretty, quite skin-like. Their foundations for Revolution are only about £10, I think. So this could definitely be my next foundation to buy. Really like it. I've got to see how it holds up, but I like the finish of it a lot. The Milk Makeup Bronzing Stick, love it. I think I'm going to be converted to using a bit more cream products. I think it just sculpted my face so easily and it blended out so well. I've just got to get into the habit of remembering to do it before I powder. The other new things that I used in this video, or new to me, were the blush from Melt. It's a gorgeous formula because it's such a deep colour. I knew it was going to be too dark for me, but I just love a red blush. But it's that sort of berry tone to it. It's just stunning. It's not like a vibrant red, it's a berry red. But it's sheared out really well, I think, and I think that's going to last on my cheeks, which blush just doesn't. So I'd love to get some more of these. This is their Blushlight formula, and as I say, this was the colour Fire Fury, but they do some less vibrant shades if you're looking for any others from them. I picked that up on Black Friday on the Melt website, and I can't remember how much it was. It ended up being about £11 and free delivery, no customs if you're under the £15 limit, just in case you're wondering. So it's definitely cheaper to pick up Melt if you're in the UK from the Melt website, but when they have a sale, because normally they have a $100 shipping limit the rest of the time. When they have a sale, they reduce it to £0, and it definitely makes it worth it. And then the highlight I've got on today, the Mars Melter from Kaleidos Makeup. It's got that sort of glitzy kind of peachiness about it, and it's just the perfect foil for that blush. I think they look gorgeous together. In fact, what it reminds me of another product, and that's the Adults Only by Nabla. Now it's on. Now I've got the two together. I think I could have got a very similar effect with that Nabla blush. So if you've got that one, you could achieve this, but this has got that little bit more glitz to it. Definitely would only work for me as a blush topper because I'm super pale, but I think it's really nice. It's a more vibrant formula and a totally different, more peachy colourway than the original Mars Melter. I do have them both. I love them both. So that's my thoughts. Oh, and the palette. The palette, of course. I think anything from Pat McGrath is quality. I'm really loving the brand. It weighs a ton. It's like a brick, like all of the other motherships. Everything about the packaging is luxe and quality. And I think, although it's a neutral palette, you've got some really standout glittery shadows there. And for somebody that's not really keen on pressed glitters, these are the kind of iridescent, kind of micro sparkle glittery shades that I crave. So really enjoying it. And that kind of aubergine matte that's in the outer part of my crease is the least patchy of that kind of shade that I've ever tried. So I'm really impressed with that one. Not tried all the shades. I haven't tried these three at all. I've only really tried that shade just in the bottom part of my inner lash line there, but inner lower lash line. But yeah, I had fun creating this one and just trying out some new products on camera for you guys. I've got lots of makeup I've not tried, so if you want to see more videos like this of things that are not necessarily new, because that's what puts me off of doing it, because they're not new to the market. I can't say full face of new products. I never know what to title the video, but they're new to me, and I think I always enjoy seeing some of these products in action and seeing people that I follow's opinions on them. So hope it's been useful and somewhat entertaining, and I hope you like the look. You'll have to let me know down below if this is the sort of look you'd wear, or if this is too neutral for you or too out there for you. I'd love to know. So guys, I just hope you're having a lovely Christmas day. Thank you if you're watching it on Christmas Day for taking some time out of your day to catch up with my video. If not, if you're catching up and it's already been Christmas, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas day and some time to relax and just kick back and spend some time with people that you love. Hope you got some lovely presents. I'd love to know what you got if you did, particularly if it's makeup related. And I'll catch you in the next video. Not sure what I'm going to film yet, so if you've got any suggestions for me, then pop them down below. I'll probably film it on the morning it goes up on the 27th, so I'd love to know what you'd like to see from me. Thank you so much for watching this video and for all your support for my Debbie Does December series, where I've been uploading every other day in December. It's very much appreciated, and I just hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch up with you in the next video. Bye guys.